I liked him. He ran an incredible race. Remember, that was an incredible race. And then he ran against a Democrat who was supposed to be unbeatable. He got beaten badly, and now this is one of the most popular governors. But he's a great guy. He's a tough guy. He's a brilliant guy. And he's our governor, and I'm very proud. When we got involved with Ron, a lot of people were saying, do you think he can make it? I said, he's going to make it because he's a champ, he's a winner. And I want you to say a few words. Ron, thank you.
President Trump has stood with our communities in South Florida, Cuban Americans, Venezuelan Americans, to stand for freedom in this hemisphere and stand against the dictatorship.
Governor, what has gone wrong with the rollout of the vaccine that we've seen phone lines jammed, websites crashing?
There's a lot of demand. I mean, I think at the end of the day, excuse me.
If I could finish my question.
You just said what has gone wrong, so I'm answering the question.
If I could complete the question, though.
So you're going to give a speech, or you're going to ask a question?
With all due respect, Governor,
you asked the question. I'm going to answer it.
I'm trying to finish my question.
No, you're giving a speech. You asked the question.
I am trying to ask you the.
You're going to ask how many questions? You get 3? They only got 1 question. Why do you get 3?
With all due respect, Governor, I'm just asking if I could finish my question.
You didn't. You finished the question.
I did not. My full question is, what went wrong with the rollout of the vaccine when we've seen phone lines jammed, websites crashing?
So you're repeating your question.
To complete it for you, Governor, we've seen websites crash and also senior citizens waiting overnight for the vaccine.
Where was that at?
We've seen it in Duval, Broward, Orange, and Lee counties.
And why was, like in Lee, why did that happen? Did you investigate why?
That's my question to you, Governor. You're the governor of the state. I'm not the governor of the state.
Okay, but you didn't investigate why that happened, like in Lee County. Why was there a big line? Did you investigate why?
Could you tell us?
Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Angela Smith, the administrator for the Florida Department of Health here in Lee County. With me today is Dan Craig with Tidal Basin, as well as Lee County Commissioners Kevin Ruane and Brian Hammond. As you know, the reservation system for the available doses this week launched at noon today. We anticipated the demand would exceed the supply, and it did. Lee County has a sizable 65 and older population. We know many callers experienced frustration, and many did not secure appointments. We are rolling out this reservation system so that the safety and welfare of our seniors is front of mind. Those who received reservations today will be vaccinated this week. No one will have to wait in long lines. You only need to come 45 minutes before your appointment. We're in the process of scheduling the 5,000 doses that are available for this week. If you are currently on the phone, please do not hang up. As callers currently in the queue are being processed, and we're moving through them as quickly as possible. Also, please do not call alternate phone numbers. This will not expedite your scheduling. Once on the line with the agent, average scheduling time is less than 5 minutes. More vaccine will be coming from the state to Lee County, and plans for the next rounds of vaccinations will be announced soon. Please check the website www.leegov.com/vaccine.
They're walking to the steps. Boy, oh boy. You guys are fabulous. Stop pushing. It's 60.
Let's take a quick photo so we can keep the pressure up so other colleagues can come out here. Yeah? Great.
Is this your New York crew?
No, this is everybody, all right? Oh, Corey had to run to should go to a hit. She's okay, I guess, okay, scared. I see you. No, you're fine.
Of family issues, paid leave, affordable daycare, universal pre-K. He's been there advocating for it, and he's going to get it across the finish line. Senator Chuck Schumer.
Well, first, I want to hold my papers down.
You're on your own.
There you are, colleague.
We have such good members. Ron Wyden does everything. He's the all-purpose finance chairman. Anyway, it's great to be here. I want to thank our great speaker, Nancy Pelosi. Hi, bus people. It's too important. Now, people are beginning, after these vaccines are being distributed. And by the way, I saw that Governor DeSantis, the anti-vaccine person, is now behind in the polls to Governor.
President, is COVAX doing enough to get shots in arms?
To say happy birthday, what? I mean, he knows the message. He knows the message. We had a little discussion when I was down there. He knows the message. He's decided.
in that discussion?
See you all later.
Taken to himself to try to single out Florida over COVID. This is a guy who ran for president saying he was going to, quote, shut down the virus. And what has he done? He's imported more virus from around the world by having a wide open southern border. You have hundreds of thousands of people pouring across every month. And it's not just from Mexico. In fact, it's rarely from Mexico. You have over 100 different countries where people are pouring through. Not only are they letting them through, they're then farming them out all across our communities across this country, putting them on planes, putting them on buses. Do you think they're being worried about COVID for that? Of course not. So he's facilitating. Who knows what new variants are out there, but I can tell you whatever variants are around the world, they're coming across that southern border. And so he's not shutting down the virus, he's helping to facilitate it in our country. And what is his big solution? What is he so upset about Florida? His solution is he wants to have the government force kindergartners to wear masks in school. He doesn't believe the parents should have a say in that. He thinks that should be a decision for the government. Well, I can tell you in Florida, the parents are going to be the ones in charge of that decision. And one of the major medical people in his administration just recently told parents that they should be wearing masks at home when they're around their own children. This is insane. Joe Biden also believes that vaccination should be mandated by force of government and that you should have to show vaccination status to be able to participate in society. Now, Florida, we're very proud of our Seniors First strategy. You look at the mortality in nursing homes among seniors, it's declined dramatically. But we said from the beginning, we're going to make it available for all, but we're not going to mandate it on anybody. That's ultimately an individual's choice to be able to do it. Biden, he rejects science because he denies the fact that people that recover from COVID have long-lasting immunity. And that's been proven time and time again, and the data is very clear. So his vision is, just like in New York City, restaurants should ban young kids from being able to go in because they're not eligible for vaccination, and law-abiding citizens have to produce proof of their medical records just to go to the gym or attend an event or just to participate in everyday society. He wants that, but yet if you want to vote, he thinks it's too much of a burden to show a picture ID when you're voting. So no voter ID, but have to show your medical papers just to be able to live an everyday life? Give me a break.
As the Delta variant spreads and COVID cases are on the rise, the president seems to think red states are to blame for the surge, lashing out at governors like Florida's Ron DeSantis over his tough stand against COVID restrictions and mask mandates.
Some governors aren't willing to do the right thing, but you aren't going to help at least get out of the way of the people who are trying to do the right thing.
But Governor DeSantis is fighting back, implying it's the president who is doing the wrong thing on many fronts, including the border.
Joe Biden suggests that if you don't do lockdown policies, then you should, quote, get out of the way. But let me tell you this. If you're coming after the rights of parents in Florida, I'm standing in your way. If you're trying to restrict people, impose mandates, if you're trying to ruin their jobs and their livelihoods and their small business, if you are trying to lock people down, I am standing in your way, and I'm standing for the people of Florida. So why don't you do your job? Why don't you get this border secure? And until you do that...
Just 2 states, Florida and Texas, account for 1/3 of all new COVID-19 cases in the entire country.
President Biden delivering sharp criticism on Tuesday. The remarks directed towards Governor DeSantis and other officials who are moving to block COVID restrictions like mask mandates as cases are surging.
I believe the results of their decisions are not good for their constituents.
The president saying governors who aren't taking the right measures need to get out of the way. It comes as DeSantis says he won't direct businesses or schools to shut down again.
These interventions have failed time and time again.